Welcome back to Sunrise. It's 9:23 on your Sunday morning, and maybe you're looking to buy or sell a home. Well, you know, the market is very aggressive right now. That can make the process a little stressful. So we are joined this morning by our real estate expert, Greg Cooper, with some great tips for folks on both sides. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's so good to have you with us today. Really, everyone who's bought or sold a house at some point in their lives can relate to this, but the market is a little wild out there.
For new listings that come on the market that are really good, clean, market-ready homes, sometimes there's a bit of a feeding frenzy, and that's not always good, but people need to be prepared for that, whether they're buyers or sellers in the marketplace.
Let's start with the buyers. What should they know?
Well, the buyers need to be well educated and ready to make a decision, because you're not going to have 4 days to think about this if a really great house comes on the market. You need to do your homework, and when you go on a house you think that you're going to like, be prepared to make a decision. And it's difficult, I know, but that's the world we live in right now. A
lot of money on the line. Okay, so for sellers, what do you advise there?
Well, here's the big thing for sellers. We understand that it is a seller's market, but don't get too crazy. Sellers think they don't have to participate in the process, meaning the inspections come, there's a few things to fix, and sellers will say, no thanks, I'll just wait for the next person to come along. That doesn't always lead you to the right place. So everybody has to work together if they're going to have a successful outcome and get to the closing table in any transaction.
And there are some downsides to having such a quick market.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that consumers have to make decisions over hundreds of thousands of dollars in 40 minutes in a house. That's really asking a lot for people that don't always make those decisions, either buyers or sellers, in that kind of a time frame every day in their lives.
All right, so let's talk about appraisals now, because this is such an important part of the process, and things may be changing there too. Yeah,
the appraisal process is still an incredibly challenging part of it, because sometimes appraisals come in a little bit low. They never ever seemingly come in high, but when they come in low, people need to be prepared to deal with that. And when a market is moving very quickly, sometimes the valuations that appraisers have to assign to properties are not keeping up with what's going on in the actual demand of the marketplace. So if the appraisal doesn't come in at price, then it can be a big problem in the transaction.
All right, any last minute tips for folks on either side?
Patience, and just do your homework and be ready. And if you're not ready to make that kind of decision, it's okay to step back and take a little time and wait till the fall or perhaps next year.
All right, be patient. Greg Cooper, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we post all this information online. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Well, we have some free activities to do with your kids, plus